is to decide the facts based on the evidence that you hear and see during the trial today. The evidence includes the testimony of the witnesses and any exhibits that I may admit. You will be given the exhibits in the jury room. In deciding the facts, I'd like to remind you, please do not be swayed by sympathy or prejudice towards any of the parties involved. My job is to give you the law. After you decide the facts, you need to apply that law, even if you do not agree with it. Remember that statements, objections, arguments made by the lawyers are not evidence in the case. The lawyer's job is to point out those things which they feel are most significant or most helpful to their side of the case. You also should not assume from any statements that I may have made that I have any opinion at all on how you should decide this case. The party asserting a claim has that burden, the burden to prove that claim. To satisfy this burden, he or she must persuade each of you that each of the legal requirements probably occurred. Probably means more likely than not. It means 51% likely to have occurred. It does not require proof to any certainty. You must consider all of the evidence that you hear. This does not mean that you have to believe all of that evidence. It is up to you, the jury, you and only you, to decide whether the testimony of a witness was reliable, as well as how much weight or importance to give that testimony. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Prosecution calls Sandy to the stand. Please state your name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Sandy. I'm a student.
All right, Sandy, what is your relationship with Allie?
I was Allie's partner in science class.
Has Allie seemed to be slacking off or slipping academically as of late?
Yeah, I would say so.
In what ways?
She's just been not really completing assignments. There was an issue in chemistry class where she kind of maybe made a small explosion. So yeah.
Do you think Allie may have other problems outside of school preventing her from performing in the classroom?
I don't know. I don't really hang out with Allie too much outside of chemistry, but I mean, I could see that being a possibility.
Do you know if Allie has any friends outside of chemistry?
Yeah, she has friends.
Do you know if there possibly could be bad influences?
I think so.
So, in conclusion again, how does Allie seem in class as a partner like with you?
Allie is an inconsistent partner, and lately she's definitely been not doing as well.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation.
Bailiff, I think you forgot to swear that witness in. That's what I'm thinking. Anyhow, would the defense like to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Sandy, do you have any problems with Allie?
A little bit, not too many, not too big.
So, how long have you guys been friends?
Well, since we were put in the same science class together.
But here in your statement, you guys say you have been friends for a long time.
Well, I've known her. I mean, it's a small school.
But it says right here, you have been friends.
You can say that, yeah.
Okay. problems outside of your classes?
No, I've never had a problem outside class.
Why did you decide to go against Allie in this trial?
I'm just telling the truth, so I don't get in trouble.
Okay. Nothing further.
Would the prosecution like to re-examine the witness?
No, Your Honor.
You may step down.
I think we better get the opening statements so the jury knows what's going on, so.
Yeah, I kind of wondered where after that. You just had the old tar and feather thing ready there. Would the prosecution like to make its opening statement?
Your Honor and members of the jury, my name is Taylor Brewer, this is Barrett Reese and Kent Fowler, and we are representing the state of Pennsylvania in this case. And we intend to prove that it was Allie's marijuana and that she knew it was in her backpack. Please find the defendant guilty.
Your defense.
Your Honor, members of the jury, my name is Sydney Shue. These are my other attorneys, Mr. Reese and Mr. Glover. We are representing Allie Smith in this case. We intend to prove that this young lady was unaware of the illegal substances in her bag. She has no past history with being in trouble with the law. Thank you, Your Honor.
So we'll continue prosecution if you've got another witness.
The prosecution would like to call Matt. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Indeed.
All right, please introduce yourself to the jury.
I'm Matt Daniels, and I go to school with Allie.
How did Allie act before the backpack checks?
Before the backpack checks, she was like acting kind of nervous, and like acted like there was something wrong.
Would you say she was acting like she had something to hide?
Yeah, I'd probably say so.
What was the reaction when Mr. Tillman first pulled the marijuana out of her backpack?
She reacted kind of like this. She was like, "Oh no."
Is that all she said?
I think so.
So, you said that Allie's friends, they get into some trouble sometimes, right?
Yeah, I'd say you get in trouble quite a bit.
Do you know how often they get into trouble, or what kind of trouble they would get in?
I don't know what kind of trouble, but I'd say they get in trouble pretty often. Like, I hear it around school a lot.
How often are you around Allie?
The only time I'm really around her is sometimes in class. We have a couple classes together, and sometimes I go to her house and we do homework.
The defense like to cross-examine this witness.
You had stated that Allie had gotten into trouble with her friends. Is that correct?
I did not state that, no.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Well, I remember you saying that, and in your testimony you said Allie has never been in trouble, but she has friends who get in trouble. Are you saying that you don't have friends who get in trouble?
Yeah, I personally probably have some friends that get in trouble with this law.
You also said that Allie was nervous.
Yeah.
Do you not think that there could have been other reasons she was nervous?
I don't know all the reasons there could have been for her being nervous. It was just a routine backpack check.
What do you personally think about Allie?
I'd say she's a good friend of mine.
Why have you chosen to go against Allie on this trial?
Because I do believe that is her marijuana.
Do you have reasonable doubt to why you think that? Wouldn't you have been nervous if cops were searching your backpack and looked suspicious while doing it?
No, because I have nothing to hide from her backpack.
Don't you think something could have been planted?
That wouldn't have been crossing my mind at the time, no.
Not while cops were searching your locker.
No.
Allie had previous problems?
Maybe a couple arguments here and there, but for the most part, we've been good friends.
Can I also ask why you were paying attention to Allie during the search instead of your locker
Because
for
we
other
were-
people?
We were standing next to each other and we were talking to each other a little bit.
Thank you, Gideon.
Would the prosecution like to re-examine this witness?
No, Your Honor.
You may step down. Prosecution, please call your next witness, if any.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Mr. Tillman to the stand. Can you please state your name and who you are to the jury?
I am Mr. Tillman. I am a private investigator for 10 years, and before this, I was a police officer for 7.
Alright, and so you said you've been a private investigator how long?
10 years.
And you've done backpack checks before?
Yep, for about 5.
Alright, and when you were checking the students' backpacks, did you do the proper protocol?
I did.
And what is the proper protocol?
The proper protocol is to make sure I check every area in the bag, along with lockers. And the little compartment that I found it in was pretty sneaky. I almost missed it, but we did find it, so.
And how long have you been working with schools trying to solve the drug problems?
This is about my 5th year with it.
And can you just explain what happened on April 22nd to the jury?
Well, we did a normal school check, and when I got to Allie's bag, she seemed pretty nervous. And as I was going through it, she was just, I kept looking over, she was pretty nervous. And at first, like I said, I didn't really see it, but it did catch my eye. I found it. And when I pulled it out, she had a very nervous reaction to it, I'd say.
From your previous knowledge, what does it usually mean if someone is like nervous before and then they're like embarrassed like upon something?
Usually, people that do that either were hiding something, or they probably knew it was there.
Thank you.
Defense, would you like to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tillman, you are a trained professional, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you stated that you almost missed the pocket that the marijuana was in,
Correct.
So don't you think that if you're a trained professional and you almost missed it, don't you think a child, if they're not looking for something like that, you just think they could have missed it?
Objection. I find this question immature, and our witness does not have to answer this question.
That's overruled. You can continue with your question.
Overruled means, I don't know what that means.
I mentioned objection is overruled. Sorry. My bad. Continue with the question.
Okay, so you said that you almost missed it. Don't you think, since you're a trained professional and you almost missed it, don't you think a child that isn't trained to find stuff in a bag, and she wasn't looking for anything, she could have missed it too?
I do think that, but I feel like she could have carefully went through it before, but, I mean, anything could have happened, so.
Was there any DNA evidence on Allie's marijuana?
Not that we found.
Why was there only 10 students searched?
Well, usually we don't like to take a lot of time. We just do random kids, just check them.
How come you don't check every kid? So you think there's other kids in the school that might be carrying it that you don't check?
I do think that. Not sure why we don't check them all, but maybe we'll start doing that.
Yes.
Prosecution, would you like to cross-examine this